In this episode of Far Cry New Dawn Mythbusters, we tried to feed a highwayman to a crocodile, we ask can the judge enter a vehicle, and who or what exactly are these things? The answer to all those questions, plus a couple more, is only minutes away. But before we get started, if you have any myths or theories of your own, the best place to contact me is on Twitter or Instagram. The link to both can be found in the description or in my pinned comment. Anyway, enough rambling, let's get mythbusting. So if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I am terrified of crocodiles and alligators. When trying to feed bodies to alligators in Red Dead Redemption 2, I almost had a heart attack when this happened. So when a Twitter follower suggested that you could feed the bodies of highwaymen to crocodiles, I wasn't looking forward to testing this myth. But in the name of science, I once again put on my big boy pants and tried it out. So no matter what I did, I couldn't coax the croc out of the water, nor get him to show any interest in the body if I placed it in the water. The croc had no problem attacking me though. I swear to God, I shit my pants when it pounced at me. I also tried throwing bait on the edge of the water to try and lure the croc out, but he wouldn't budge. It did attract a wolf though. So to answer the question, no, crocodiles won't eat bodies. I just want to touch on a very small theory here, and it involves the ethanol trucks you can see driving around Hope County. Now the person who messaged the theory wanted to know what would happen if you shot a fire arrow at one of the ethanol trucks, and how does it compare to using a standard arrow. Let's take a look. So the standard arrow took a couple of shots to blow the tanker up. Let's see how the fire arrows fare. As expected, it blows a tanker up with one arrow, though not immediately, which is pretty cool. I mean, this one does seem pretty obvious, I'll admit, but if a guy's taking the time out of his day to message me a theory, I will do my best to try it out. So this is by far the strangest theory I had sent in. The theory is that the judge won't enter any car you get into. I have no idea on the origin of this myth, but the fact that the judge is a mute and seems to be punishing himself for his role in the events of Far Cry 5, the idea he may walk instead of getting in a vehicle seemed plausible to me. So let's check it out. Does the judge get in a vehicle? So at first I was thinking, why on earth is he getting in the back of the car? I usually ride the bike with the sidecar, so I hadn't noticed this before. So whilst he did get in the car, I was intrigued as to why he got in the back, so I called on another gun for hire to see if they did the same.
I'm right where you told me.
And they did. I tried a few other vehicles and the judge had no problem sitting in the car or even manning a turret, so this myth is busted. Now on to the most interesting myth in this video. In my Far Cry New Dawn Easter eggs video, we discovered these guys. A lot of theories were suggested as to who they were, ranging from the dark ones from Metro, Skyrim giants to Yeti skeletons, and as I said, the game never gives you a definitive answer, but after reading the comments and watching back the game's final few cutscenes, I think I have it figured out. So before I go on, this next section will contain spoilers for the story of Far Cry New Dawn, particularly the game's ending. If you would rather experience the game for yourself, then click off the video and come back when you're finished. I'd also like to thank Shirako for allowing me to use his footage in this video. I didn't record the ending of New Dawn, but I'm going to need some footage to highlight my points, so the link to Shirako's channel will be in the description. So with that out of the way, let's investigate. To solve this myth, we're going to need to go back to the very first time you meet Joseph Seed in New Dawn, and I mean the real Joseph, not the drug trip Joseph. After a brief chat with Seed, he leads us to a tree and offers us an apple.
me offer you this. Our miracle. The first time that I partook of this gift, I was confronted by a ravenous beast. It was my soul. And in that moment, I knew that in order to be worthy of God's gift, I had to slay that beast. I had to cleanse my soul. Because if I did not, I knew that that beast would consume me.
Now the parts I want you to remember from that speech are slay the beast and that the beast would consume me. After you've taken the apple from Joseph, you fight the beast within, and then are crowned the shepherd that will lead New Eden forward. After years in self-imposed exile, when Joseph returns to New Eden to give his son Ethan the news that you are in fact the chosen one and not Ethan, he doesn't take it too well.
The time to fight is now. God has sent us his sword. Here. God has tested their soul, and it is just, and it is pure. And I stand here before you to bear witness that this outsider is our shepherd.
Father!
And together, we will battle against the hordes outside our gates. And together we will march towards the future that God has promised us.
No! You abandoned me. You abandoned us. Without a word, without instructions, leaving me to lead as best I could. And now, you return. As if descended from the clouds and presumed to lead?
Yes.
I am the leader here.
Joseph is our leader.
New Eden follows me!
We stand behind the Father.
Son, I know you've carried a heavy burden in my absence. I understand that. This is God's will.
After running a few more errands, you soon find out that Ethan betrayed the family and sold them out to the twins, informing them of the tree's mystical apples. The twins raid New Eden and destroy everything until you show up and put an end to their nonsense. With the twins taken care of, that leaves only Ethan to deal with. You head to Old Eden where you encounter Ethan underneath the apple tree.
Ethan, what have you done?
I did what I had to do. I freed myself. I freed us all from you, from your rules.
Ethan, don't.
I will have what you denied me. You gave it to an outsider, but you wouldn't give it to me! I am your flesh and blood.
That was God's will.
You don't know God's will!
I was trying to protect you, son!
The taste is sweet.
Soul is not clean. Stop him, please.
With Joseph saying that his soul is not clean and asking us to stop him, we chase Ethan down and find him like this. It seems that if your soul isn't pure, then the apple will corrupt you, causing you to become the beast within. So hopefully you can see now where I'm going with this. I think that the skeletons we can find around the Old Eden area are people who have taken apples from the tree and haven't been pure of soul. As we saw with Ethan, he grew to be quite large, at least the same size as the skeletons we found. How they died or how they managed to get hold of an apple with Joseph guarding the tree is still a mystery to me, but I'm hoping you can see where I'm coming from with this theory. It makes sense to me at least. It'd be nice if the game gave us some more info on these skeletons, even if it was explained in a note. So what do you think? Do you think that explains the origins of the skeletons, or do you still think there is more to them? I'd love to know what you think. Don't forget the best place to contact me is on Twitter or Instagram. The links will be in the description and in my pinned comment. If you enjoyed this video, then a like is really appreciated. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.